understanding learning to improve teaching practices. The teacher is supposed to understand how learning takes place, how the learning happens. And when he or she understanding this concept, this is ultimately improving the teaching practices of the teacher. And definitely the central or the focal point for the teaching is basically the learning. The teaching causes learning, and the ultimate outcome of the teaching is that the learning is taking place effectively. And this is based on the teacher's effectiveness, how the teacher is understanding how, in what way the teaching is taking place and how the learning is taking place. Research shows that the teachers, like most people, interpret new ideas through their past experiences. Anything new comes in my life, I relate, I understand, I make interpretation on the basis of my experiences, and their established beliefs about the teaching and learning. I have certain specific beliefs, established belief, what is learning, how the learner should behave, and what way the effective learning take place, what is the effective teaching, in what way the effective teaching should be done. So these are, every teacher has own beliefs and own practices or own school of thought and own point of view. So new things are interpreted on the basis of one's own past experiences and the past knowledge. As a result, innovative ideas are often simply absorbed into traditional classroom practices. Innovative ideas come and are mixed or faded into the traditional systems, because I relate, I take the interpretation of these things on the basis of my previous ideas, past ideas. Most of the teachers endorse the application of the constructivist views of the teaching in the 21st century classroom, which says that the learning is a social phenomena. One should have a discussions so that the students should create their own meaning, then have a discussions. So this happens when participant comes through the process of acquiring knowledge more strongly than they embraced a belief in the direct transmission of the knowledge. They become the creators of the knowledge. While changing the established belief that the knowledge comes through the transmission, it is a challenge in itself. Broadening teachers' repertoires is not just about assisting teachers with change. For example, the more knowledge I possess, what do you think on the basis of the possession of the more knowledge I am effective teachers? The repertoire of the knowledge is not the yardstick of to become the professional teachers or the competent teachers. It's also about developing the continually updating the professional knowledge about teaching practices. There are several dimensions of innovative learning environments, and the different environment, innovative practices and the strategies they are suggested to practice in today's complex learning environment. Today's environment and the 21st century environment is very complex because many influences, many researches are taking place. One of the important learning environment is the inquiry-based teaching and learning. The teacher has to provide some inquiry-based situation to the students so that the students should explore, such as design-based learning and problem-based learning. These are two aspects. Design-based learning and the problem-based learning make the inquiry-based teaching. That can be effective when used with the small groups. For inquiry-based teaching, that is based on the two further designs, that is design-based and the problem-based learning. So that are not appropriate for the larger group of these students. So it depends upon what is the nature of the topic, nature of the subject, and then the teacher has to have segments or the groups, subgroups of the students, then give them tasks so that they could have an inquiry-based approach. Another aspect is incorporating assessment into teaching. If the teaching is if assessment is incorporated in the teaching, then the process would be effective. For example, during the process of the teaching, when the teacher is continuing his or her teaching, he is assessing. He has some mechanism of assessment, formal assessment, informal assessment, so as to know whether the things he is transmitting, he is imparting, are properly being taken up by the students. So this is essential way of adjusting his or her methods of the teaching, and so that the learning is taking place properly. The approaches and methods that are used for the assessment vary widely. For example, they should be multi-layered, extending from classroom to the school at the regional level and the national level. For example, in Pakistan, NTS is taken at the national level, and there are regional level examinations, tests, so that to give the rating to the schools. They should also be aligned with the development of the significant 21st century learning goals, standards, and the instructional systems. To improve student learning, assessment should also the assessment for the teaching, or the teaching through assessment, should also involve encouraging pupils to be involved in their own learning. The assessment should be for the facilitation and encouragement of the student. Adjustment for adjusting the teaching practices in line with the assessment, recognizing the profound influence of assessment that is having the impact on the students' motivation and the self-esteem. To check what is the result of this assessment on the self-esteem and the motivation. Is it increasing or the decreasing? Fostering student ability to assess their own work and understanding how to improve. Collaborative learning. It is also called the collaborative. It is based on the cooperative learning and the individual learning. And this is very important aspect for the teaching. Teachers should create an environment of the collaborative teaching by giving them cooperative learning environment and the individual learning environment. Engage the students so that they work with the cooperation with each other. For example, giving them project, or for creating their self-story, self-reflection, their experiences. That is the individual learning aspect. Widespread use of the information technology has totally changed the paradigms and the patterns of the teaching as well as the learning. So the teacher has to take into consideration the influence and the benefit of the information communication technologies. Advanced technology in the classroom, that we already discussed, that the teacher must be well adept in using the advanced technology in the class, because through that the effectiveness of the learning would be more, and definitely that would have impact of the teaching. So the teachers, by using advanced technology for the sake of the learning, creating the environment of the learning through his teaching methods based on the advanced technology in the classroom, is a very suitable approach. No single best method. Teacher should not have belief in that this method is the better one and this is the inferior one. No. Teacher should be shifting, should have shift from one approach to another approach, one strategy to another strategy, one method to another strategy, because the student's level, because the nature of the content, it depends how wisely and appropriately the teacher decides. And the teachers today need to know how to combine guided discovery with the direct instruction methods, and so that the individual work of the students, or the individual students, should have their effective learning patterns to be evolved for in the class for that specific topic. Innovative learning environment are characterized by the balance between discovery and personal explorations at one hand, and the systematic approach and the guidance on the other end. These are the different, my personal exploration and the well-established facts and the rules that need to be evolved together, and when they mix, then there's the innovative learning environment takes place. It also finds that the balance between external regulations by the teacher, for example, teacher is monitored, regulated by the principal, by the district education officer, by the accreditation council, etc., and self-regulation by the student will vary during the student's education. How the student is self-regulated and how the teacher is externally regulated. It is very important aspect to be considered for the learning and the effective teaching.